Hey guys, how's it going? It's Sam. So today I want to do a phone review for the LG V30, which is the phone that Twice has endorsed through their modeling deal with the phone company LG. So I picked up the V30 last week at my local T-Mobile store in the Bay Area, California. So this is going to be a review for the American version. So obviously Twice is the model for the Korean LG company. So LG is a Korean-based company, and they only have CFs or whatever for the Korean branch, but this phone is just the international version of the same phone, so it shouldn't be too much of a difference. Here I have the box, and I have my phone contract with T-Mobile. So I have the T-Mobile version, which only comes with the regular 64GB one, not the LG V30 Plus, unfortunately. But I'm just going to give you guys my opinions after using this for a full week, and let you guys know maybe if this is a viable option for you. So for this video, I'm going to compare it with my old phone, which is a Samsung S7, and I'll show you guys the differences that I found and why I like the LG V30 in comparison, or how I like it in comparison. So yeah, let's get right to it. So right off the bat, you can see that the V30 is a lot bigger than the Note 7. And even just after a week of using the V30, going back to the S7 just to check, this phone in comparison feels really tiny, and it feels almost like an iPhone. I don't want to rag on iPhone users, but it's a really tiny phone in my opinion if you don't have the Plus. So yeah, it's a really big upgrade in terms of size. So before the S7, I had the Note 4, which is what I'm using to film this right now, and I think just having a bigger phone is a lot more convenient for me, and it was very, very noticeable. So as you can see here, it's slightly bigger, but just that size itself for some reason feels very substantial to me. And going on to like just the physical appearance, this is like a little curved. I don't know if you can tell, but this one is a lot more flat. I don't know if that affects you that much, but that's what it's like for me. And even then, if you look at the screen, so there's a lot more usable screen size, which is the big difference here. This comparison. Yeah, that much more screen size. In terms of other specs, if you look at the back, here's the back of the phones. So I had to get the silver one because that's the only color that my store had. I actually kind of wanted the purple one because I thought it was a pretty unique color, or the black one because it's more low-key, but the silver one's okay too, I guess. And I don't like using cases. I might go ahead and put on the keyring, which I have with me right here. I had to take it off my old phone, so I might put on the keyring, but I'm not sure yet for this phone, so we'll see. But yeah, I like going caseless. It feels a lot more natural to me. But for the screen, I did get my tempered glass, as you can see right here. So hand in hand with the fact that this is a bigger screen, sorry, I double tap it to open it. Oops. This doesn't have the these buttons down here, which is, I heard, is a big thing for all Android phone these days. But you know, I found it a little difficult at first, but in the long run, it was not too noticeable. However, one big major difference that I did find noticeable was the power button, which is on the S7 and most Android phones is on the side right here, turn on and off. LG has their button with the fingerprint scanner back here. So if you want to power it on, you press this button and then you press it on the back. And there's pros and cons to this. So the pros is it's pretty comfortable. While you're holding it, you don't have to use your thumb, you just use your index finger. But the cons is you have to lift the phone up to put your finger behind it. So sometimes in class, for example, if I'm trying to check my notifications, but at the same time not pick up my phone and look like a bad student, I'll just have it in my hand and I'll press it like this, and then see if there's anything popping up over here, and then turn it off. However, with this phone, you can't do that. You have to at least pick it up a little bit, like this. And it gets a little annoying if you're in class or at a meeting or something. So as a solution to that, I do have smartwatches. So I have the Samsung Gear Fit, and also a Samsung S2. This I picked up in Korea a couple years ago. This I picked up as a free promo. So yeah, I get notifications through those on my wrist, so it's not too bad. And on the same line with notifications, here you have a notification light that lights up here. For this phone, there is no notification light at all. So it's a little annoying, you don't get a notification light, but if you have a watch, smart watch to help you keep track of notifications, then it shouldn't be a problem. As for how smooth the phone runs, so I've only had this phone for about a week, so I can't say that it runs smoothly all the time because, again, this is still a brand new phone. But from my experience, it runs great. So just going into the gallery, this is an album of a fan sign I went to last year for Cheer Up back in May of 2016. So I didn't share a lot of these photos because they're taken on my phone and the quality isn't great. This was taken on a Note 4 camera, not like a DSLR. But as you can see here, it runs pretty smooth. There's no lag in between loading pictures, and I can zoom in. It's nice and smooth. And overall, it runs perfectly right now. It runs like a dream. So yeah, compared to other phones where it does lag going through pictures, I can go like this and absolutely zero lag. Zoom is nice. Again, the quality, the original quality of this picture just isn't great because it was taken on a phone. But this phone really runs perfectly. So one thing that I did find a little annoying about the V30 is that all your apps are on the main page. So doing a side-by-side comparison on these two phones, as you can see, for the S7, you have this thing, apps folder right here where you can see all your apps pulled up. However, on the V30, there is none of that. So all your apps are literally on your main page and you can't get rid of them. So let's say I want to get rid of Instagram. I can't move it away to anywhere. I have to either put it in a folder or actually delete the app itself. Whereas here, if I want to get rid of Instagram, I can uninstall it here, but I can also just remove the shortcut. So that kind of sucks, in my opinion. You have to have them. So I have this folder called Tools, and it just has all these useless apps. I mean, it has some useful apps like Settings, Uber, etc. But it also has like random ones like I don't need, like Name ID or Android Pay, which I don't use. Whereas over here, I only have the essentials that I need here, and everything else goes into this apps thing. So I don't have to have them on my main page. So I think one of the biggest selling points for this phone was the camera. And as you can see here, pretty decent camera. I'm on one-time zoom right now onto this poster in my room. You can go further in, and the quality retains pretty well, as you can see. It's not too blurry, even though I'm zooming in pretty hard. This is the one times. Sorry, this is the one times. This is as far as it can go. Still pretty decent. Again, I would try it on people, but there's no one here right now. And I kind of just got up, so I don't want to do a video of myself in selfie mode. But yeah, it does have selfie mode as well, obviously. And yeah, I really like it a lot. It's really quality, as you can see. But that's pretty much how much I can show you now. Soon I'll do some vlogs and videos and reactions, stuff like that, yeah, so you guys can judge from there. But for now, just take my word for it that the camera is pretty good. In terms of pricing, the V30 goes for about $800 USD. After tax, it figures to almost $900. So it is a little bit on the pricey side, but if you're gonna upgrade, you're probably gonna either get the iPhone 8, the Galaxy S8 or Note 8, or this. So, I mean, there's really nothing you can do about a phone being around $800. My roommate has the S8, for example, and he has S8 Plus, and he paid around the same price, $800. It is pricey, but in this day and age, a good phone is really necessary. Of course, you can get like a lower end phone if you want to. I think you can pick up the S7, which I have, for $500 or less. That's pretty cheap. There's also the V20, which goes for about $500 or $400, which is the one right before this one if you want LG. But I think it's pretty worth the price. This tempered glass also costs an additional $45 to put on for the extra protection. I did get insurance though because I take pretty good care of my phones, so I didn't have to worry about that. But yeah, that's what I had for price point. So to recap everything, in the end, I think it was pretty worth to pick up this V30. Again, I haven't tried the camera too much, which is one of the big selling points. I've only had this for a week so far, so I haven't really had the chance to do any shoots, whether that be like for a vlog or a reaction or something like that. But I'm sure it'll come in handy soon. And I love the dimensions a lot. The price is fair. I wouldn't say it's cheap, but it's fair for the quality of phone you're getting. The phone runs, like I said, like a dream. It's so smooth right now, but again, it's only the first week. The battery, also same concern. I've only had it for a week, but it's the best battery I've had by far so far. One thing though, it does use USB-C, which is the new standard for phones. So be sure to get some backup chargers, cables, if you do get this phone. I already have a couple, and you can also get a memory card to expand the hard drive for this. But all in all, I'd give this phone a solid 9 out of 10. There are some couple things that are annoying to me. For example, the home button not being here, so I have to like lift my phone up to turn it on, or we can double tap it, but it's a little too bright sometimes to do during class. I want to like block it. Maybe go like that, I guess. But you know, the practical reasons, I like the Android like side button. But overall, I do commend LG for making a great phone. Everyone that I've met who saw that I got a new phone wanted to check it out, and they thought it was great as well. I had a couple Korean friends who recommended me to actually get LG instead of Samsung because I wanted to keep Android, and obviously twice as the model. So actually, I'm glad twice as the model for this and not like a bad phone, because this phone is great. I love it so far. I do hope they release a twice V30 case, just because, you know, they are the models, so might as well release a phone case for it. But I'm not too pressed because, again, like I said, I actually don't like using cases. I just hope that if they do release any phone case, like for iPhone, that they do one for LG as well. But again, I like my phone just straight up without any case. So yeah, sorry if this is not a great review. I'm not a phone reviewer. Again, I'm not a super big tech guy either. I just use my phone a lot for social media and YouTube, I guess. But yeah, if this helped convince you or deter you from getting this phone, I hope it does, you know, convince you. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Again, I don't know if I'll ever do another phone review, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.